From modern day pop songs to everyday conversation, at some point I'm sure you've all heard the names Bonnie and Clyde, and perhaps even thought to yourself who these two might be. An infamous duo, Star Trek lovers, with a Shakespearean ending. Welcome to Thought Bros, and in this video we will be bringing you all the facts about the notorious Bonnie and Clyde. The story begins in Texas, where the two met in January of the year 1930. You'll be surprised to know that Bonnie was actually married at the time and she was only 19. Her husband was an imprisoned murderer who went by the name of Roy. Bonnie's relationship with Roy started from her school-going days, and he was a classmate of hers. She never saw her husband again after he got thrown in jail, but she did have a tattoo on her leg which included a heart and his name. She was also wearing the ring that he had given her on the day she died, even though she obviously had a life with another man. Clyde was 21 when he met Bonnie, and he was not in any sort of relationship. He was a criminal long before he met Bonnie and wasn't in any severe trouble at the time, although he was sent to prison shortly after on charges of burglary. As you might expect, the lovebirds were reunited within a short space of time when Bonnie smuggled a gun to Clyde to help him escape from prison. However, he was caught again, and this time only given parole by 1932. They led a life of crime together and went about stealing cars and robbing small grocery stores and fuel stations to get by. The duo had a gunman named Raymond, but he was replaced by William Jones within a few months. Clyde's brother Buck got out of prison, and him and his wife Blanc joined the three others, thus making a gang of 5. Their criminal activities made waves across the country as they continuously evaded capture and ultimately gaining fame from the whole fiasco. By 1933, it was back to the original duo, as Buck had suffered fatal injuries after a shootout, with both Blanc and William were captured by the year end. The infamous Bonnie and Clyde were somewhat untouchable by law enforcement. At the time of Bonnie and Clyde's criminal activities, gangsters were seen more as celebrities than anything else, so that was a big factor adding to the fame that they had harvested. One of Bonnie's most noticeable characteristics was her limp, which had been caused when Clyde crashed the car they were in, and the battery acid leaked onto her legs, burning her flesh. During their prime time together as full-on criminals, the two were involved in multiple shootouts, with police and even daringly kidnapping police officers on some occasions. It's believed that the total number of deaths racked up by the famous, or should I say notorious duo, was around 13. None of these are the responsibility of Bonnie, as it said she never carried a weapon, and she almost always stayed in the car when a robbery was pulled off. In 1934, Bonnie and Clyde helped engineer the escape of 5 prisoners, resulting in the death of 2 guards who were on duty at the time. It is said that Clyde's mother, Kumi, played an influential role in the whole situation, attempting to bail him out of jail with lies. For example, she once claimed that her son had only just turned 18 even though he was 21. Bonnie and Clyde's adventurous and reckless period was put to an abrupt end in 1934 when they were betrayed by a friend of theirs named Henry Methvin, ultimately resulting in their death. They were driving along a highway in Louisiana, and they noticed Henry broken down on the side of the road. As they stopped to help, officers who had been hiding in the nearby bush opened fire on them, and they were killed on the spot. It had always been their wish to be buried together, but Bonnie's family refused for this to happen, and they still remain buried separately to this day, thus ending the reign of Bonnie and Clyde, as well as this video. Give us a like if you learned something new, and smash the subscribe button for more top-notch fact videos from your favorite bros.